Welcome to the English Phrases Hub podcast, where you learn real, useful English, one phrase at a time.
Today, we're tackling something really important, especially if you're learning English.
We are. We're looking at how to communicate in emergencies and accidents. Using English effectively when things go wrong.
Exactly. Think of this as, well, building your confidence, giving you the simple, clear language you need for those tough situations.
And we've really focused on finding phrases that are, easy to pick up, but also super practical for lots of different critical moments.
Yeah, and just to let you know, we'll be speaking clearly, maybe a little slower than usual, just to help you catch everything and build that vocabulary.
Absolutely. We want this to be really useful for you.
So what are we covering? Well, everything from asking for help right at the start
To calling emergency services, dealing with medical crises, car accidents.
fires, natural disasters, even talking to doctors or the police afterwards.
It's a full toolkit, really.
That's the mission today.
Yeah.
Equip you with those essential English phrases.
And importantly, we've put together a free resource for you, something you can download.
Oh, great. What's in that?
It's got all the phrases we're going to talk about, examples, definitions, even a practice exercise. Just check the link in the episode description. It should be a really helpful reference.
Fantastic. Okay, let's get straight to it then. First up, asking for help. This seems like the most basic, crucial starting point.
It really is. Being able to just signal clearly that you need help is fundamental, especially when you might be stressed, maybe traveling, feeling anxious.
Yeah, your mind goes blank sometimes.
Exactly. So these phrases are your direct line to getting support.
So what's the most direct one?
Well, probably the simplest and most urgent is just, help me, please.
Right, direct. Gets the point across. And the please keeps it polite, which actually helps, doesn't it?
It often does, yeah. So you might shout, help me, please, my friend is hurt.
Okay, what else?
Close behind that is, I need help.
Yeah.
It's still very clear you need assistance, serious situation, maybe slightly less immediate panic than, help me, please.
Okay, so maybe if you lost something important.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I need help, I lost my phone and wallet. Still serious, but maybe not life or death immediate.
Gotcha. And what if it's less urgent, but you still need assistance?
Then something a bit softer, more polite. Can you help me? This is great for, more general requests.
Like finding your way.
Perfect example. Excuse me, can you help me? I can't find my hotel. Simple, polite request.
Okay, but then there are medical emergencies. That needs something specific.
Absolutely. Time is critical there. So the key phrase is, please call an ambulance.
Direct instruction leaves no doubt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's not moving. Please call an ambulance. And just a quick side note here. Remember those emergency numbers?
Right. 911 in the U.S.
.112 in Europe, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really worth checking the local number wherever you travel. Super important.
Good tip. Okay, what if you just feel something's wrong, but you're not sure what?
Yes, that happens. A simple something's wrong works really well there. It alerts people.
Like, something's wrong. I think she's about to faint.
Precisely. It flags that there might be an issue developing.
And finally, to really ramp up the urgency.
It's an emergency.
Yeah.
Short, direct, leaves absolutely no doubt it's serious and needs immediate attention.
Like, it's an emergency. He's having chest pain.
Exactly. The directness conveys the gravity. No messing around.
Okay, let's quickly recap some key words there. We said emergency.
Which is, a serious, dangerous situation needing fast action.
Ambulance.
The vehicle that takes people to hospital.
And faint.
That's when someone loses consciousness suddenly, just for a bit.
Right. And the main takeaway here.
Keep it simple. Focus on being understood. Don't worry about perfect grammar in that moment. Clarity is king.
Your tone and, body language help too, I guess.
Definitely. They add a lot of context. Okay, ready for the next step?
Yep. Let's talk about actually calling emergency services yourself.
Right. Sometimes you'll need to make that call directly. Police, fire, ambulance, or tell someone else to do it.
Can feel a bit daunting, I imagine.
It can, but again, simple is best. You don't need long, complex sentences. Just clear, brief phrases.
So what's the go-to phrase if someone's hurt or very sick?
I need an ambulance. Straightforward. You'd use it for serious illness or injury.
Maybe add why. Like, I need an ambulance. My brother fell and hit his head.
Exactly. That extra bit of info is really helpful context for the operator.
And if you need someone else to call?
Then you shout, call 911 if you're in the U.S., or more generally, call the emergency number if you're not sure of the local code.
So call 911, there's been an accident.
Or call the emergency number if someone's unconscious. urgent commands.
Okay, so you get through. What do you say first?
A good way to start is, there's been an accident. It immediately tells them something serious has happened.
Then maybe add details. There's been an accident on Main Street. A car hit a bicycle. We need help.
Perfect. A brief overview helps them understand the situation quickly.
Is there a more, maybe formal way to ask for medical help specifically?
Yes, you could say, we need medical assistance. It clearly states you need help from medical professionals.
Like, we need medical assistance. A woman has collapsed in the lobby.
Exactly. It emphasizes the need for medical expertise.
Now, probably the most vital bit of information.
Location, location, location. Absolutely.
How do you phrase that simply?
Just, we're at location.
No.
Be as specific as possible.
We're at the corner of Elm Street and 4th Avenue.
Or, we're in Central Park near the fountain. Even, there's a fire. We're at 18 Green Hill Road. Please come quickly. The more detail, the faster they find you.
Okay, key vocab again. Ambulance, we know. Medical assistance.
Help from doctors, paramedics, nurses, trained medical people.
And emergency number.
The specific phone number for those services in that area.
So, tips for making that call.
Try to stay calm. I know it's hard, but try. Speak slowly, clearly. Say what happened, what help you need, and exactly where you are.
And don't stress about perfect English.
Absolutely not. The operators are trained and understand and get the info they need, even with basic English. They're there to help you.
Okay, good. Now let's zoom in on medical emergencies themselves, describing what's actually happening.
Right. These things can happen fast, and explaining the problem clearly is crucial for getting the right help.
Let's start with something really serious. What if someone isn't breathing?
The critical phrase is, he's not breathing, or she's not breathing. Use this as someone's unconscious and you can't see or feel any breath.
He's not breathing. We need help now. Very clear.
Very clear, very urgent. Now, what if someone just suddenly passes out for a moment?
That's fainting, right?
Exactly. So you'd say, he fainted, or she fainted. Remember, faint is that brief loss of consciousness, maybe from heat or low blood sugar.
So you might say, she fainted while waiting in line. Can you get some water?
Perfect example. Explains what happened and suggests a simple action.
What if you don't know why they're unwell, but they're clearly in distress?
If pain is obvious, you can say, he's in pain or she's in pain. This tells people the person is conscious but suffering.
Like, he's in pain and holding his stomach. I think it's serious.
Yes, that gives important context, indicates it might be more than just a minor ache.
And that general feeling again, when something just seems off.
Back to something's not right. It's really useful when you can't pinpoint the issue, but you know intervention might be needed.
Something's not right. She can't speak clearly and looks very pale.
Exactly. And pale, just to clarify, means their skin looks unusually white, often a sign of illness or shock.
Okay. And if you can see a specific serious symptom.
Be specific, like he's having chest pain, or she's having trouble breathing.
These sound really important for things like heart attacks or asthma.
They are? He's having chest pain? I think it might be a heart attack. Or she's having trouble breathing. Do you have an inhaler?
And definitions again, chest pain is
Discomfort or actual pain in the chest area.
trouble breathing.
Difficulty getting air in and out of the lungs. Gasping, maybe?
Okay, so recap vocab. Fainted.
Briefly unconscious.
Chest pain.
Discomfort in the chest.
Trouble breathing.
Difficulty getting air.
And pale.
Unusually white skin.
And the overall advice in a medical situation.
Stay calm if you can. Keep the person safe and comfortable. Use short, clear phrases. Don't leave them alone if possible. And again,
Clarity over perfection.
you got it.
Correct.
Clear communication is the goal.
Right. Let's shift gears now. Car accidents. How do we talk about those?
Okay. Yeah, whether you're involved or just see one, knowing what to say is really helpful. People are often stressed, maybe confused.
Understandably.
So having a few simple phrases helps you manage the situation, get help, explain things.
So what's the first thing you might say? To alert someone or call services?
Again, starting simply, there's been an accident. Immediately flags a serious event.
There's been an accident at the traffic light. 2 cars crashed.
Perfect. An accident, remember, is just an unexpected event causing damage or injury.
Okay. Next priority.
Checking for injuries. Always. Ask, is anyone hurt?
Shows concern. Helps assess the seriousness. Is anyone hurt? Should I call an ambulance?
Exactly. And hurt just means injured, feeling pain.
If someone is hurt and it looks bad.
Then you might need to state clearly, we need medical assistance. We've used that one before. Reinforces the need for medical help.
Use it when calling 911 or maybe telling police at the scene.
Yes. We need medical assistance. The driver looks unconscious. Very clear.
Accidents can be chaotic. How do you help manage that?
Trying to keep things calm is key. Using the phrase, please stay calm, can help others, and maybe even yourself.
Please stay calm. Help is on the way. Reassuring.
It can be. Now, if luckily no one's hurt, but the cars are damaged.
You need to exchange details, right? Insurance stuff.
Correct. A polite way to ask is, can I see your insurance information?
Can I see your insurance information? I'll give you mine as well. Fair exchange.
Yep. And insurance is that financial protection you have for accidents.
Okay, quick recap for accidents. Accident.
Unexpected event, damage or injury.
Hurt.
Injured, in pain.
Medical assistance.
Need for medical professionals, we've covered that.
And insurance.
Financial protection for accidents.
So, top tips for handling a car accident situation.
Stay calm, check for injuries first, call for help if needed, take photos if you can, exchange info, and communicate using those short, clear phrases.
Good advice. Okay, moving on to potentially even more chaotic situations.
Yeah.
Fires or natural disasters.
Right. These can escalate incredibly quickly. Clear, urgent communication is paramount for safety, yours and others.
So what are the absolute must-know phrases here, things you might need to shout?
The most obvious is, there's a fire. Gets immediate attention.
There's a fire in the kitchen. Get out now. Hard to ignore that.
Exactly. And fire, uncontrolled flames, burning.
After alerting people, what's the next command?
Getting everyone out. Everyone, get out. Short, strong, essential command.
Everyone get out. The fire alarm is going off. Clear instruction.
And evacuate is the more formal word for leaving a dangerous place quickly.
What if there's smoke or the building seems unstable?
You need to warn people it's not safe, is a clear danger warning.
Don't go back in. It's not safe. Makes sense.
And dangerous just means it can cause harm. Smoke is that dark cloud from the fire.
I've heard you should stay low and smoke.
Yes, often the air is clearer near the floor, so you might guide people by saying, stay low and follow me.
Stay low and follow me. I know the way to the emergency exit. That could be life-saving.
Absolutely. And finally, checking on others.
Simple questions like, are you okay?
Exactly. Or, do you need help? Showing concern, offering assistance. Are you okay? Do you need help getting out of the building?
Okay, vocab review. Fire.
Uncontrolled burning.
Evacuate.
Leave for safety.
Crisis from fire.
And dangerous.
Can cause harm.
Key advice for these big emergencies.
Try to stay calm. Easier said than done, I know. Use loud, clear phrases. Move quickly. Help others if you can safely do so. And know your exits. Even those short phrases can make all the difference.
Huge difference. Okay, so after the immediate crisis, you might need to talk to medical staff. Let's cover that.
Right. Talking to doctors, nurses, paramedics. Clear info is vital for them to help properly.
They'll need to know what happened, symptoms, maybe medical history. So let's look at useful phrases.
What if the person hasn't woken up, still unconscious?
You'd say, she is unconscious, meaning they're not awake, not responding.
She is unconscious. She hasn't moved in a few minutes. Gives a time frame, too.
Good point. Now, what if they're awake, but clearly unwell, feeling strange?
Like dizzy or weak.
Exactly. You can say, she feels dizzy, or she feels weak.
Dizzy meaning like the room is spinning.
Yeah, feeling unsteady, like you might fall.
Mm.
And weak is just lacking physical strength.
So he feels dizzy and can't walk straight. Or she feels weak and needs to lie down.
Perfect descriptions. Now, medical history is often important.
How do you bring that up?
You can say, she has a medical condition. This covers things like diabetes, heart problems, allergies.
She has a heart condition. She takes medicine for it. Links it to medication, too.
Good connection. And mentioning specific medication is also key. Say, she takes medicine name.
Even if you don't know the name, just saying they take regular medication helps.
Absolutely. He takes insulin for diabetes, or even just, she takes blood pressure pills. Medication is just another word for medicine.
And if you want to know what the plan is, what happens next?
A simple, polite question. What's going to happen next?
What's going to happen next? Will she need surgery? Shows you're engaged and need information.
Precisely. Okay, vocab recap for medical staff talk. Unconscious.
Not awake, unresponsive.
Dizzy.
Feeling of spinning, unsteadiness.
Medical condition.
A known health problem.
And medication.
Medicine taken regularly. Tips for this conversation.
Speak slowly, clearly. Use simple words for symptoms. Don't worry about fancy medical jargon. If you have written info about conditions or meds, especially when traveling, bring it.
And remember, they're trained to help, even with language barriers.
Exactly. They want to understand you.
Okay, one last area, speaking to the police.
Right. This might happen after accidents, theft, or other incidents. Can be intimidating, especially in a second language.
So, clear, calm communication is key again.
Always. Let's look at some phrases to explain things, ask for help, or answer basic questions.
How do you start? How do you tell them why you need them?
You can say, I need to report an incident. An incident is just any serious or unusual event.
I need to report an incident. Someone broke into my car. Clear purpose. And report means to officially tell them.
Correct. Now, if it was, say, a car crash, they'll want details.
How do you describe it simply?
There was an accident on location. Brief description, specific place.
There was an accident on King Street near the bank. Gives them context. We already covered accident.
We did. They might also ask if you saw it happen. Were you a witness?
How do you answer that?
Simply, I saw everything. Or, I didn't see what happened.
I saw everything the car went through the red light. Or, I'm sorry, I didn't see what happened. I just heard a crash. And a witness is someone who sees something happen.
Exactly. Now, what if you don't understand them?
It's okay to ask for clarification, right?
Absolutely. Say, can you repeat that, please? Or simply, I don't understand. You can even ask them to speak more slowly.
Can you repeat that, please? My English isn't perfect. That's perfectly fine to say.
Totally fine. And finally, knowing if you can leave the scene.
How do you ask that politely?
Am I allowed to leave? Or do I need to stay here? Shows cooperation while checking your status.
Do I need to stay here or can I go now? Clear question. And allowed means having permission.
Correct. Okay, final vocab check for police interactions. Report.
Officially tells someone something.
Incident.
A serious or unusual event.
Witness.
Someone who saw something happen.
And allowed.
Having permission. So, general advice for talking to police.
Stay calm, be polite, speak slowly and clearly, ask questions if you're unsure, and always be truthful. Remember, they are there to help.
Okay, that covers a lot of ground. Feels like we've built a solid toolkit.
I hope so. And now, maybe it's time for you, the listener, to try putting it into practice.
Ah, yes, the challenge and practice prompt. Okay, here it is. Imagine one of these scenarios happens. Maybe someone faints near you, or you witness a car accident, or you smell smoke and need to call about a fire, or maybe you need to talk to a police officer after an incident.
Just pick one.
Yeah.
And then try saying 3 to 5 of the phrases we've discussed today out loud. Think about what would be most useful in that specific situation.
For instance, if someone fainted, you might say, "Help me, please. She fainted. Can you get some water? Is she okay?" Something like that.
Or for the fire. There's a fire. Call the emergency number. Everyone, get out. We're at address.
So feel free to pause the recording right now. Say your phrases out loud. You could even write them down first or record yourself on your phone and listen back.
It's a great way to build confidence. Practicing actually saying the words makes a big difference.
It really does. Look, emergencies are scary, no doubt about it. But being prepared with even a few simple English phrases can make a huge difference.
It really can change how you respond, how effectively you can get or give help.
And remember what we kept saying, don't aim for perfection, aim for clarity. Be confident in getting your basic message across.
Absolutely. And please do check out that free downloadable document we mentioned. The link's in the description, all the phrases, examples, vocab, practice. It's all there for you to review.
It sounds like a fantastic resource.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us for this really important deep dive today.
Yes, thank you for listening.
If you found this useful, maybe share it with someone else who's learning English. And if you have a moment, leaving a review always helps others find us.
Definitely appreciate that. So stay safe, keep practicing your English. Little by little really adds up. And we look forward to our next discussion with you.
Goodbye for now.